into the 14A Sports Radio Show.
Bang!
Woo-hoo! This is the Super Bowl Extravaganza 14A Sports Edition. And as always, the 14A Sports Radio Show is brought to you by the Big Apple Sports Palace with wall-to-wall TVs. You'll never miss a beat of the action. Give them up a call tonight and get some of the town's greatest food delivered to your door. 201-858-1075. Just want to remind everybody out there, we're also on SoundCloud now. It's soundcloud.com/14A Sports. We are on there. Starting to see a lot of love from the fans out there.
Yeah,
Gotta love it.
We got,
keep it up.
Yeah, we're in a couple hundred hits, a couple more hundred hits after that. So
The Lisa Ann skit was
That's one thing It's one thing I've learned. People like hearing about porn stars. They want to hear about their
people like watching them more.
Operations.
But that wasn't. We couldn't make that happen. But talking about her, it's second best.
we could dream.
Well, you can just visit your favorite sites. I mean, Pornhub.com.
Is that your go-to?
Yeah, I'm a favorite. Those are the ones I frequent.
I like the long ones, and I like the ones that start off with.
Wait, what?
No, I like the
Pause.
the long videos. But I like porn that's.
Wait! Whoa! What do you mean you like the long ones? What are you trying to get like some cinematical theatrics going on here?
Yeah, I appreciate the quality.
You appreciate the storyline. You like to see how it gets into it.
I do. I don't like turning on a porn and have them already be going at it.
You like a little storyline behind it.
I'm a build-up guy.
So you can put your man card here. I'm one of these 5-minute guys. Boom, boom. I'm in. I'm out. I'm back to watching ESPN.
I think you give yourself a lot of credit with that 5 minutes.
Oh boy.
The bad student is acting up in front of the teacher.
Oh, no. All right, so, as we all know, Super Bowl week is in full effect here in the area.
Big Apple, baby.
Me and Molly were out on Super Bowl Boulevard this afternoon. Good experience to be at, but, I got to be honest, not too happy with the way that it went down on opening day out there. A lot of lines for everything. Wow. Not much interaction going on with the famous people. I got to shake Ray Lewis's hand.
He did kill someone.
Yeah,
so
I think I have the power of murder in my hand now.
Yeah, I actually, we were out there today.
Yeah, a lot of guests out, a lot of celebs out there. What?
It was a lot more crowded today. I actually went on Monday. I thought it started on Monday. I didn't do my my homework, but it turned out Monday was a Monday was a much better day to go. I wound up actually meeting. Scott Fujita, Tim Ryan, two ex-NFL players that are on Fox Sports 1. I was supposed to be on TV last night. They put me in a cab trying to find the next spot, Fox Sports analyst. They asked me a bunch of questions, and I blew them away with the answers. Legitimately, like, how do you know all this?
What were they asking you?
14A, baby! Originally, right? So they're like, how well do you know football? I was like, I know pretty well. And so, like, they try to give me a question, like, throw me off, whatever. So, like, if you have three safeties, what's the defense going to be? I'm like, well, you're going to have your three safeties, each going to play a third, right? Your corners are going to bump up, press and man. You're going to have two linebackers playing the flat. And they were like, what?
A little cover three?
Boom away. Yeah. So
was it blitz?
No, and then we got into it. They were asking my predictions, asked me a bunch of questions. We got the whole New York, New Jersey storyline.
We'll get into that a little later on in the show.
And obviously the games we played in New Jersey. New York City never sleeps, great city. But the games we played in Jersey, it's a Jersey Super Bowl, baby.
That's where the teams are staying?
Yeah.
Right, in JC?
I actually, on Sunday, I didn't go down for when Denver first got there at the Hyatt downtown Jersey City. But later on in the night, after crushing a couple Miller Lights, me and my buddy went down. We were like, maybe we can go to like the hotel bar and have a beer with Peyton Manning. And so we tried a couple different angles, but it was close to the public, so they didn't let us up there. But later on in the day on Monday when I was out there, we went by the ESPN New York studio. They were broadcasting from Bryant Park. So me and my buddies went over, and Michael Kay and Don LaGreca are on. Ryan Rucco was hanging out right there. So me and my buddies, I was like, hey, Rucco. I was like, good show today? And he came over. We chatted for, a good 10, 15 minutes. My buddy's wearing a Brooklyn Nets hat. He's the Nets announcer, so we started talking about that. And then Michael Kay comes over. Michael Kay literally pulls up a chair and sits down, starts talking to us.
Nice.
Talking about, he was telling us how, he's hearing the Super Bowl ticket prices. They're dropping like rocks. They're actually, relatively cheap. So then the best part is we take a picture of Michael Kay, right? And my buddy had to leave. So my buddy, on his way home, he tweets Michael K. the picture. And it was like, Mike, thanks for taking a picture. Really enjoyed it. Michael K. tweets back, you guys are great. And then proceeds to go on the air. Was like, oh, I just met a couple Jersey City firemen. They're hanging out, watching the show. Great guys, really know their sports. So, Michael K. He just skyrocketed up in my power rankings.
Number 1 with number 2.
Listen, he's still number 2, but
the
he's
same
awesome.
Admiration that you have for Michael K. for doing this, he obviously feels the same right now that we're mentioning him on the radio.
Yeah, he knows.
He's probably giggling like a little schoolgirl right now, knowing
Don't insult him.
that he's on the 14A's Sports Radio show.
Highlight of his career.
So,
absolutely.
Also today, while we were out there in Times Square, we got the cannot pass it up offer of going to the Letterman show today.
Yeah,
So,
how'd that go down?
The
You guys
Ed Sullivan
just
Theater.
walking around and
they're like, hey, free Letterman tickets. So, we took in the show. Drew Brees on the show. Great. David Letterman comes out, before, he does the opening monologue, talking with the crowd, just like a normal conversation.
Really cool.
Great guy. Something that you probably don't see. Like, I've been to the Fallon show before. He didn't do that. But, Letterman was just hanging out with the whole crowd talking. It was really cool.
David Stern did the top 10.
Yeah.
Top 10
yeah.
things
Looked
he
like a
learned.
nervous wreck.
He did look nervous.
Did he?
I tried booing him, but everybody was clapping just to give him, his welcoming
the good old
treatment.
at like the
Yeah.
draft.
Absolutely.
But,
His last
cool
day's in
experience.
office this week.
February 1st, he's done. He's out.
Adam Silver, the new man in charge.
But, so I enjoyed Super Bowl the last couple of days, having a Super Bowl in New York.
It seems like Monday was the day to go, though.
It was the day to go.
Before
It
the
wasn't-
crowds, before it was kind of
Right, it wasn't
open.
crowded. No one knew, not many people were there. A lot of the stuff wasn't open. A lot of stuff was geared towards kids. The toboggan ride, they had a little obstacle
apparently
course for kids and stuff.
It's like a story long or something like that, the toboggan thing?
Yeah, it's like 60 feet. It looked like a pretty good ride, but the lines are insane.
Yeah.
So
Was everything free, or was it like you had
the
to pay
toboggan's
to go?
$5. Everything else was free.
Yeah.
But get your picture taken with Lombardi Trophy.
Come on.
I'll pass.
I could do a good Photoshop job, Take a picture of me at the bar, and I'll put the friggin' NFL trophy right next to me.
Yeah.
Same shit,
You'd
right?
be smooching it.
Might as well. I didn't get a chance to see my man Colin Coward today. I mean, I got to see him through the glass, but let's not cry over spilled milk.
Was he in, where did I say, Gramercy Square or whatever? Or?
Yeah, like right
Herald
there.
Square.
Once
Herald
you
Square,
once you
that's
get
what it is.
off the train right there. All right, so we're gonna break down the Super Bowl in the next segment. We'll be breaking down all the matchups, all the prop bets that you need to know for this one.
Need some prop
We got
bets.
some good ones. Over under on the national anthem. What kind of Gatorade's gonna get dumped on the coach when they win?
Nice,
all
nice.
kinds of just groundbreaking.
That
information.
Gatorade. Do you know who the first person to ever get Gatorade dumped?
Well, they say Parcells.
It was Parcells.
But
Yeah.
then the Bears said that they did it before,
The
like
Bears
in the
are full of
'85
shit.
season when they were on that big winning streak.
Fridge,
But
you full of shit.
No,
it
but-
was Carson who basically started it,
Harry Carson. Yeah, absolutely.
and they did it throughout that whole year. In '86, or '86 or
Oh,
'90,
did
I
they?
forget. They did it through the whole
It was
year, but then
86,
it just
yeah.
it became popular because everyone saw it on the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and that was the kind of the thing to do, like him with the trench coat on, or the security guard coat, and like
Right,
sneaking up behind Parcells, like the whole theater behind it.
Yeah, but how about Gatorade? What advertisement for them? Not even trying.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the
We need
best,
to
best
get-
advertisement in the world.
14A spilled on somebody.
14A juice. Uh-oh. I think I got a video.
We got a bunch of 14A juice right
Let me
here.
take a sip while we're
All right, so before we break down the Super Bowl and everything, I guess we're keeping in football. The Pro Bowl turns out, kind of a good game. Wasn't exactly the hype that I don't know what
Well, you know
everybody
what the
was
over under
expecting.
was?
I had to be
90-something?
70?
89, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And it hit like 40. It wasn't
Well,
even
this is the
close.
first time it's hidden under in I think like 14, 15 years.
I
Well-
think the whole new setup of it, where it's like teammates going at each other.
Right.
Derek Johnson laid a hit on Jamal Charles. They were talking about that.
Yeah,
and,
Ward on Gordon.
and Derek Johnson was like, "Well, I'm not going to get embarrassed by this guy. If I just lay up and don't try to hit this guy. So I got to put a lick on him."
Well, what was interesting? David Letterman asked Drew Brees about that, how the Pro Bowl was actually played much more competitively, and he said, guys were invested more. I was drafted. Somebody picked me. The competitive edge was
Yeah, and
definitely
Rice and
was definitely
Dion
going.
are
They
right on
wanted
the
to win.
sideline. Yeah, they were
I
into
think
it.
that's total bullshit. I think the reason for the low scores is that you got all these guys, just playing on
partying the
different.
whole
And
week.
I know that's what it is with the Pro Bowl. You're playing with a bunch of guys that you don't play with.
So then, how's that different than the prior
But
year?
you got different guys from the same team on different teams,
What
and
does
it's
that
just
matter?
a whole conjumbulation of mixed up stuff. At least
No,
whole
they
thing's
tried.
a
They tried
the whole
more.
thing. They pick the teams on the Wednesday before the game. At least going into it, you have some sort of like a playbook that you can put together for the teams. On this, you're basically picking the sides, and it's like a pickup game.
Nah, it's the
That's,
same.
that's,
it's the
a,
same
that's a
difference.
crazy analysis. That
Well,
makes
it's
no
the
sense.
fucking
I
Pro
bet
Bowl.
you
Who gives a
the
shit?
playbooks were almost similar to what they were last year, and the defense did
Go
the same
deep,
thing.
go short.
No,
go
they
slant.
tried more. They tackled. Nobody tackled at all the
I
last
don't
10
think
years.
so. I don't think so. I mean, did you watch the game?
Yeah.
I
Get
didn't.
Dion and Jerry Rice
Poor-
on the
you
horn.
poor bastard.
Get Dion on the horn. He's in New York City. We'll talk to him right now about it.
Okay.
He's
All right.
gonna-
At
he's gonna
the
call
break.
in right
At the break, I'll call him
All
up.
right, text him.
Definitely get that going. Also during the week, we had Mike Strahan taking a shot at Warren Sapp. I kind of agree with Sapp here. I don't think Strahan's worthy. I
Nah,
know
dude.
the guy started his whole career, but it's not like he made a
Actually-
major impact on the game.
I went to Football Reference today. Just check it out. Went to the numbers. Sapp has less sacks.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
he's a
they have
defensive
this-
tackle.
They have, all right, so I think Sapp had like 6 Pro Bowls. Strahan had 6 as well.
Okay.
4 All-Pro teams on both sides. Each won the Defensive Player of the Year once.
Okay.
Both won a Super Bowl. But Sapp says the numbers don't add up. Meanwhile,
And-
Strahan played longer
Strahan has a sack record also.
and had an NFL. Sapp was saying it's an
Sack
imaginary
record.
because Favre
That
took
was
the.
ridiculous.
All right,
took
so
the dive.
even if you take one sack away, that's more.
It's still 20 and a half or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Or
It's
21
no
and a half.
slouch of a season. I
No,
agree.
it's a dominant season.
It just
But-
doesn't seem like Sapp's backing up because he got in. If he's a Hall of Famer, then Strahan's a Hall of Famer. If you're saying by numbers,
Right. I don't know. I just
So,
don't think that
yeah.
Michael Strahan was that dominant force.
Ask
throughout-
John Runyon
throughout
if
the
Michael
game.
Strahan was a dominant force. He absolutely abused
I'll call him at the break, too.
Michael Strahan was absolutely a
Just call
dominant
everybody.
defensive
I'm
end.
going through the whole. I'm
There's no
sending
doubt
out a
about it.
mass text at the break.
I mean, Nips, as a Giant fan, we watched him, pretty much his whole career. Like, we grew up with him. He was absolutely a dominant force. He was always the best player on the defense.
Yeah.
He without a doubt.
I mean,
and that Super Bowl run, he was tremendous. He
Yeah.
had a tremendous season.
and everyone
that
wants to
year.
give credit to Tuck and like Osi Manure for those years, but I mean Strahan's probably getting double teamed the whole time too. So he's
Uh-oh.
opened up lanes for everybody
Uh-oh.
else. So I mean, I think he's a Hall of Famer.
No, he's a Hall of Famer. No doubt about it.
Well,
And-
I got to stick up for
and
my
that-
buck.
you know
mate.
what? That was
Yeah, I know.
that was a great line.
Well,
what he
yeah,
said.
because
Yeah.
Warren Sapp wants Derek Brooks to be in the Hall of Famer. That's what he said. He's on. he
Derek
should be
Brooks should be in the Hall of
Derek
Fame.
Brooks is.
Well,
a-
he should. I think there's
Saw
a lot
Brooksy
of deserving
today,
guys.
too.
But I mean, maybe if Strahan, I don't know if you could say Strahan shouldn't be a Hall of Famer. But maybe there's other more deserving players. But he's saying that the numbers don't add up, which doesn't make sense to me.
Here's my
He
thing.
just doesn't like him.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Strahan, he comes out in the article, that came out the other day, and he says, I don't really give a shit. I don't care if I go to the Hall of Fame. Like some of these guys, like Sapp, they live and die football. Strahan's got other ventures that he's got out there with the morning show with Kelly Ripa and all that.
He's doing well.
But yeah, I mean, he doesn't need this Hall of Fame to validate it. Me personally, I don't think he should be, but at the same time, yeah, there is a case for him to be in there. But again, who gives a crap? Like, I really don't like to get too mixed up in these Hall of Fame conversations because, I don't lose any sleep with it at the end of the day. And it appears Strahan is, in the same boat.
The one good thing with the NFL is that the players vote other players in. So I mean,
No, they don't.
yeah, the players vote in.
Well, Sapp doesn't have a vote.
It's like
no.
it's a whole
No, it's 53 writers that vote.
no.
Yes. The writers get together Super Bowl week and narrow the list down. Absolutely.
Well, let's say they
Peter
do.
King
But
talks
that-
about it all the time, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought there was like a nomination committee, or maybe that's what I'm.
Maybe to
thinking
get
about.
nominated,
the players,
but the
Ah.
writers are the ones that vote them.
Well, I mean, he got nominated for the first, both years. So I mean, you're saying his peers are saying that he deserves to be in, or deserves to be considered.
How
to
they
be
get
in.
nominated, I'm not positive, but the writers, because there's I forget the guy's name. He writes for the Post. He's like one guy gets up and makes a case for each specific guy.
Oh,
The guy from
I-
the Post is the one that does that.
I
no,
thought it was all ex-players.
it's a locked room with 50 some odd writers, and then they vote and decide.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
my mistake.
Everyone makes them but me.
Well, yeah, we know.
And we were the ones drinking today. Come on. Also, one before we hit the commercial break, very interesting thing right here, where the Northwestern football players calling for the charge to unionize.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Very interesting. Absolutely right. You Northwestern basically coming out and saying that they're employees here in this. And, this could totally revolutionize the college athlete as we see it.
Yeah, I mean,
once
it's
and
an
for all.
interesting case. I mean, they do have some negatives against them. The fact that they do get a free education and get to go to this
Yeah.
I mean, free education, they get access to this university and all the tools that they can use that other people don't have. So they are, being given a benefit that other people don't get. But, I mean, there is a lot of money generated off what they do. And it's been in talks forever to say, like, are they going to change it? Are they going to pay players? This could be one of the first steps to putting that in motion. But I mean, also, I don't know what kind of law president is there to establish this either.
Yeah, it's interesting. Where it goes, who knows? But I think it's interesting. The NCAA is an absolute monopoly, and they're using the NCAA as a feeder system for the NFL and not compensating these kids. It's interesting. I don't know what the solution is because it's a very complex
tough.
issue.
There's no one good.
But the
dry
NCAA, it's about time they made the answer for the organization that they run, because the NCAA is completely hypocritical, and it's completely poor. It's poorly run. So I'm glad they're getting. Who knows where it's going to go, but I'm glad they're getting challenged at the very least.
Absolutely.
15 minutes